Welcome back to Toolify AI. Today we are doing a comprehensive, no-fluff exploration of the best handheld gaming devices of 2025. This is the one-stop guide for anyone thinking about buying a handheld. Whether you want Nintendo exclusives, a full PC library in your hands, a performance-first Windows device, a massive screen experience, a pocket retro machine, or a streaming-first remote player for your PlayStation 5. Over the next hour plus, we'll go deep into each device. Price, features, hardware origin, pros and cons, how they differ, where they overlap, who should buy what, and the public's choice and budget-friendly winners. By the end, you'll know exactly which handheld matches your needs and budget. We start with a quick map of the devices we'll cover. Nintendo Switch 2, Steam Deck OLED, ASUS ROG Ally X, and similar Windows handhelds, Lenovo Legion Go, AYANEO family and indie handhelds, budget Android handhelds, cloud-first streaming devices, and the PlayStation Portal, which we'll treat differently because it is a streaming accessory rather than a native gaming platform. If you want a TLDR now, for mainstream families and exclusive games, choose Nintendo Switch 2. For PC gamers who want value and compatibility, pick the Steam Deck OLED. For raw Windows power, pick ASUS ROG Ally X or a comparable Windows handheld. For a large screen immersive handheld, pick the Lenovo Legion Go. For retro and experimental designs, pick AYANEO or similar niche manufacturers. For the lowest price to emulation performance ratio, pick modern Android handhelds. And for PS5 owners who want a portable remote play experience, the PlayStation Portal is the obvious accessory. But it's different from any other entry here because it streams your PS5 rather than running games locally. Nintendo Switch 2, the family and exclusive giant. The Nintendo Switch 2 arrives as the natural successor in Nintendo's hybrid strategy, a device that is at once a portable handheld and a living room console when docked. Its value proposition remains what it has always been for Nintendo, a curated library of first-party blockbusters and system-exclusive franchises that simply don't exist anywhere else. If you buy a Switch 2, it is for games like Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, new IPs, and the multiplayer, family-friendly experiences Nintendo masters. Hardware and headline pricing put the Switch 2 into the mainstream premium range, a price that reflects a mature platform with a strong lineup of launch and near-launch titles. The device continues Nintendo's legacy of taking hardware that's not necessarily the most raw powerful and pairing it with highly optimized first-party software so that the experience feels premium and polished. The Switch 2's screen is larger and higher resolution than the original Switch, offering clearer handheld visuals and a better handheld-to-dock transition. The dock enables higher resolution output on TVs, and Nintendo's software layer makes switching between modes seamless. In features, the Switch 2 doubles down on local multiplayer, family-friendly modes, and a simplified, polished user experience. It keeps the Joy-Con-style controller flexibility in spirit and offers strong compatibility with the huge catalog of Nintendo titles. For families, its simplicity and the vast library are unbeatable. Pros for buyers are obvious. The best first-party games in handheld gaming, seamless hybrid mode, strong resale value, and wide retail availability. Cons: raw power is behind some Windows handhelds, so if you crave PC ports running at high-resolution frame rates, the Switch 2 is not the performance leader. It's also less customizable and less friendly to extensive modding. But if you want plug-and-play, highly polished exclusives and a device that the whole family can pick up and enjoy, this still sits at the top of the list. Who should buy the Nintendo Switch 2? Casual gamers, families, and fans of Nintendo franchises. If you primarily play Nintendo's exclusive catalog or want a frictionless experience with multiple players in the same room, this is the clear choice. The Switch 2's core advantage is software optimization and exclusives. Its hardware generation improved the handheld screen, increased base memory and storage, and refined docked output. Battery life improved in typical portable sessions thanks to a more efficient display and SoC, though heavy gaming can still shorten sessions. System software focuses on user-friendliness, fast updates, and easy browsing of game libraries. Nintendo's ecosystem strategy also includes strong first-party online services for friends and family features, making the Switch 2 an ecosystem device, not just a single-purpose box. Steam Deck OLED, the PC library in your hands. Valve's Steam Deck OLED is the strongest argument for putting your PC library into a dedicated handheld device. It's a PC in handheld form with Valve's SteamOS as a friendly base layer and the full flexibility of a PC under the hood. For people who have substantial Steam libraries, want to play PC-first titles on the go, or want an open, modifiable system, the Steam Deck OLED is the most balanced, value-driven handheld on the market. Its OLED screen delivers a superior visual experience to earlier models and gives richer colors and deeper contrast. Multiple storage tiers exist, so buyers can choose the trade-off between price and internal storage, and there's microSD expansion for additional library space. Software-wise, the deck is designed to be open. Users can boot into a desktop mode, install different OSes, and use community tools to optimize games. For many, this combination of openness and convenience is the deck's core strength. Pros: best value for the PC gamer, direct access to Steam library, excellent community support, adaptable. Cons: not the lightest or smallest device on the market. Battery life varies drastically depending on the game. Dock and accessories are additional costs. If you want a handheld that can play many modern PC games and don't mind tweaking settings for optimal battery/performance balance, the Steam Deck OLED is a top pick. ASUS ROG Ally X and the Windows powerhouses. If raw power and native Windows compatibility are your priority, Windows handhelds like the ASUS ROG Ally X represent the high-performance corner of the market. These devices run full Windows, which means any Windows game, app, or utility you can run on a laptop you can run on the handheld, albeit typically at scaled settings for thermal and battery reasons. The ROG Ally X and similar devices are pitched at enthusiasts who want the option of running AAA PC titles natively, who want access to the entire Windows ecosystem, or who want a device that doubles as a mobile productivity rig on top of gaming. These machines tend to use desktop-class APUs in compact form factors, which gives an edge in raw CPU/GPU performance compared to many other handhelds. Pros: unmatched native performance for Windows games, complete software compatibility, useful for productivity and streaming. Cons: Windows brings complexity, drivers, background tasks, and occasional instability compared to closed console OSes. Battery life on heavy games tends to be shorter than simpler devices. Thermals and fan noise can be noticeable. Real buyers here are typically power users who want the most performance possible in a handheld. These devices emphasize raw performance and native Windows compatibility. They are powerful, but power needs to be managed. Battery, thermals, and ergonomics matter. Frequent firmware updates and careful settings adjustment are part of the owner experience. The ability to install Windows-only games native, use productivity apps, and stream or remote into other machines makes this a flexible device for someone who wants more than just gaming. Lenovo Legion Go, the big screen handheld. Lenovo's Legion Go targets a less traditional but intriguing niche. The handheld with a very large, high-resolution screen aimed at immersion over pocketability. This device is closer to a compact tablet with detachable controllers than a pocketable console. It's designed to offer a laptop-like gaming experience in a handheld shell. For players who prioritize a large visual canvas and single-player immersion, the Legion Go is built to impress. The trade-offs are obvious: more weight, a larger size, and shorter handheld battery life under demanding loads. But if your priority is visual immersion and you play primarily at home or seated, the Legion Go turns handheld gaming into a near-console experience without the need for a TV. It's a compelling middle ground between a gaming laptop and a conventional handheld. Pros: phenomenal screen and immersive experience, prosumer-level performance in some configurations. Cons: not pocketable. Ergonomics and battery life can be limiting for long portable sessions. Buyers who value immersion and a large screen over true portability will find this device attractive. Massive screen, detachable controllers, laptop-level performance in a handheld-sized chassis. That's the Legion Go pitch. It's ideal for those who want to turn the handheld into a near-laptop gaming experience. For many players, the Legion Go reduces the need for a dedicated TV or monitor for single-player sessions while delivering stronger visuals and comfort for sit-down play. AYANEO and the niche innovators. AYANEO and other small, often crowd-funded handheld makers represent the experimental part of the handheld market. These companies push form factors and features that the mainstream brands don't. Unusual screen aspect ratios, foldable designs, clamshell or flip models, and sometimes ARM-based or specialized hardware variants. AYANEO frequently targets buyers who want a compact, innovative device, enthusiasts who like to tinker, and retro gamers who prize particular screen ratios for pixel-perfect emulation. Pros: clever designs, unusual features, price variety, great for emulation and retro gaming. Cons: variable quality control, spotty official support, firmware updates can lag and community support becomes essential. Buy here if you want something unique and are comfortable with a bit of DIY, or rely on active communities to get the most from your device. AYANEO experiments with form factors and occasionally surprises with innovative choices. The trade-off is a need for early adopters and enthusiasts to accept hardware quirks and rely on community patches and updates. For retro gamers who want perfect aspect ratios or a device tailored to classic titles, these machines can be phenomenal. Android handhelds and emulation workhorses. The Android handheld segment exploded because modern smartphone socks are powerful and energy efficient. Manufacturers create compact handhelds around high-end Snapdragon chips that can emulate older consoles exceptionally well and run Android-native games and cloud streaming services with minimal fuss. These devices are the best value for retro and indie gaming. They also excel at cloud gaming, running services like GeForce Now and Xbox Cloud Gaming very well when internet is strong. Their long battery life for light workloads and pocketable sizes make them extremely attractive to budget-conscious buyers and emulation enthusiasts. Pros: excellent price to performance for emulation and cloud streaming, long battery life for light workloads, pocketable. Cons: not native Windows PC gaming, compatibility with modern PC titles is limited or complicated. Buyers who want to run retro libraries, Android games, and streaming subscriptions frequently pick this category. These are optimized for efficiency and streaming. Because Android games and cloud streaming are optimized for mobile socks, these devices tend to outperform expectations for price. Important buyer considerations include thermal throttling under extended loads, availability of apps and stores, and the maturity of emulation software. Cloud-first devices. PlayStation Portal, a different approach. Cloud-first devices and streaming-first accessories form a distinct category. They do not aim to run games locally, but provide an experience dependent on network streaming and service subscriptions. The PlayStation Portal sits squarely in this bracket, but also occupies a special position because it is explicitly a PS5 accessory. The PlayStation Portal is a handheld remote play device designed to stream games from your PS5 over Wi-Fi. It's not a standalone console. It does not run games on its own hardware. Instead, it mirrors and streams the PS5's output, delivering a portable dual trigger and full DualSense experience in your hands. For PS5 owners who want a portable, dedicated remote device that brings the DualSense features and a crisp 1080p display into another room or onto the go via cloud, the Portal is the accessory that fills that need. This difference is critical. When comparing the Portal to other handhelds, treat it like an accessory rather than a competitor. Where other handhelds provide local compute and the ability to play games without a console or a remote host, the Portal's value is in how well it extends and complements a PS5, instant pairing, DualSense feedback, and a PS-native user experience on a portable screen. Pros: excellent for PS5 owners who want a native, low-latency remote play experience with DualSense features and a compact screen. Cons: requires a PS5 at home for many features, dependent on network conditions for smooth play, limited offline functionality. If you already own a PS5 and mostly want to continue playing your PS5 library when the main TV is occupied, the Portal is an affordable, highly purpose-built accessory that performs this role very well. The Portal's mission is to be the best remote play handheld for PS5 owners. Sony designed it to replicate DualSense inputs, including haptics and adaptive triggers, and to deliver crisp 1080p streaming at up to 60 frames per second when network conditions are right. The Portal simplifies the PS5 experience for portable sessions, but does not replace the PS5 for value of ownership. Instead, its value is measured by how seamlessly it extends the PS5 into other spaces, a perfect tool for households that want to keep the PS5 in the living room while someone else plays privately in a different location. Treat the PlayStation Portal like a highly specialized accessory. If you own a PS5 and value a portable, purpose-built remote play experience that replicates DualSense features and delivers a crisp 1080p screen, the Portal is among the most straightforward options. It's affordable and purpose-built. But if you don't own a PS5, It is not a substitute for a running handheld that plays games natively. The Portal's value is derived from the quality of your home network and your subscription choices when cloud features are used. Buying advice. If your household has a PS5 and you often find the main TV occupied, the Portal is worth strong consideration. If you want a handheld that can run games without relying on another machine or streaming service, choose a Deck, Switch 2, or a Windows/Android handheld instead. Consider PlayStation Plus Premium for cloud features if you want to stream titles without streaming from your home PS5. Rankings in line. 1. Performance. When ranking raw computational capacity, high-end Windows handhelds typically lead, followed by the Steam Deck, which balances efficiency with performance. Then the large-screen handhelds like Legion Go depending on configuration, and finally Nintendo's custom SoC approach, which is less about raw teraflops and more about software optimization. Android devices excel in efficiency for mobile workloads and emulation. Battery life. Light workloads and cloud streaming favor Android and cloud-first devices, which often last longest. The Deck offers highly variable battery life depending on settings. Windows handhelds and large-screen devices often have the shortest battery life in heavy games. Portability. Android handhelds and many AYANEO models are most pocketable. The Steam Deck and Windows handhelds are bulkier, but still portable. The Legion Go and other large-screen devices are less pocket-friendly. The Switch 2 occupies a middle ground, portable but clearly larger than pocket devices. The PlayStation Portal is compact and travel-friendly, but must rely on network access. Ecosystem and library. Nintendo dominates in exclusive content. Steam Deck excels at the widest PC library access. Windows handhelds offer full Windows compatibility. Android devices access mobile and cloud libraries, and the Portal ties directly into the PS5 ecosystem. Price and value. Budget Android handhelds and cloud devices offer the best price to emulation or streaming experience. The Steam Deck generally represents best value for PC gamers. Windows handhelds and large-screen premium devices command higher prices, but deliver top-tier performance. Nintendo sits in the middle with a pricing strategy that reflects the value of exclusive content. Differences and similarities. Native versus streaming. The clearest difference is whether the device runs games locally, Steam Deck, Switch 2, Windows handhelds, AYANEO, Android, or streams from another machine or cloud, PlayStation Portal, cloud devices. Local compute devices are independent. Streaming devices are accessory dependent. Software ecosystems. Nintendo, Steam, Windows, Android, PlayStation. Each ecosystem is an entire universe in itself. Your library choices will heavily influence which device you should buy. Performance and thermals. Raw performance, battery, and heat management are areas of divergence. High-performance Windows devices push thermals and battery, while Android/cloud devices trade raw power for efficiency. Similarities. All modern handhelds converge on similar ergonomic standards. Controllers on either side, touch inputs, gyro sensors, and USB-C charging. Connectivity expectations, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, are common across the board. Expandability. Storage expansion or cloud storage options are common considerations for many devices. Accessory ecosystems, docks, power banks, cases, and controller attachments are widely available across categories. Overall best, public's choice, and budget-friendly winners. If you want a single device that fits most needs, the Steam Deck OLED is often the best compromise. Excellent access to PC libraries, a balance of performance and price, and the flexibility to adapt to many playstyles. Public's choice. For mainstream adoption and volume, Nintendo's system historically, and in 2025 continues to be the public's choice for sheer unit sales and mainstream appeal. Nintendo's reach in casual and family markets keeps it atop volume charts. Budget-friendly winner. High-performance Android handhelds and cloud devices take the budget crown. They deliver great emulation, cloud gaming, and mobile experiences at sub-$400 prices, often with battery life advantages for lighter workloads. PlayStation Portal, the accessory winner for PS5 owners. For PS5 owners specifically, the Portal is the best choice to stream PS5 games easily. It is not a general-purpose handheld, but is the best device for its targeted role. Portable PS5 remote play with DualSense features. Which device fits which person? The casual family gamer. You want simple, family-friendly games with little fuss. By Nintendo Switch 2. The PC gamer on the move. You want to carry your Steam and PC games around with minimum fuss. Buy Steam Deck OLED, the power user/laptop replacer. You want full Windows power, productivity, and AAA performance. Buy an ASUS ROG Ally X or top Windows handheld, the immersive single-player fan. You want the largest portable screen and maximum immersion. Buy Lenovo Legion Go, the retro and indie enthusiast. You want a compact device for curated retro collections and experimental form factors. Pick AYANEO or a leading indie handheld, the budget emulation and cloud gamer. You want maximum value for emulation and cloud streaming. Choose a modern Android handheld, the PS5 focused household. You already own a PS5 and want a dedicated remote play device. Get the PlayStation Portal, best for exclusives and families, Nintendo Switch 2. Best for PC library and value, Steam Deck OLED. Best for raw performance, ASUS ROG Ally X and premium Windows handhelds. Best for immersion/large display, Lenovo Legion Go. Best for niche/retro/experimental, AYANEO family. Best budget value, Android handhelds and cloud devices. Best PS5 remote experience, PlayStation Portal. And that wraps up our deep dive into the best handheld gaming consoles of 2025. From the power-packed Windows beasts to the family-friendly Nintendo Switch 2, the versatile Steam Deck OLED, the cinematic Lenovo Legion Go, the experimental AYANEO line, the budget Android heroes, and of course, the PlayStation Portal, Sony's bold step into the streaming-only frontier. What this year truly shows is that the future of gaming is freedom. Freedom to play anywhere. Freedom to choose between ecosystems. Freedom to pick performance, price, or portability. No single handheld wins for everyone, but there's absolutely a winner for you. If you crave exclusives, go Nintendo. If you love tinkering and modding, the Steam Deck is your canvas. If you want sheer horsepower, grab a ROG Ally X or Legion Go. If you're chasing nostalgia and portability, Android handhelds deliver unbeatable value. And if you're a PS5 loyalist who wants to carry those titles across the house or across town, the PlayStation Portal is your perfect companion. 2025 isn't about consoles replacing each other. It's about giving players choices. Different visions, different strengths, one shared passion. Gaming anywhere, anytime. Thanks for watching Toolify AI, your home for next-gen tech reviews, deep dive comparisons, and AI-powered insights that help you buy smarter and play better. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Make sure to subscribe and tap the notification bell so you never miss our weekly uploads on the latest in tech, gadgets, and AI innovations. Drop a comment below. Which handheld do you think rules 2025? We'd love to hear your experiences and what you're gaming on right now. Until next time, stay creative, stay curious, and as always, this is Toolify AI, turning technology into possibility. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.